Looks like we're live, Kurt.
And welcome once again to Nook's Tavern, the Animal Crossing podcast that is live in studio every Thursday evening. So, if you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/Nooks Tavern, or you can just come right here, twitch.tv/Nooks Tavern, or really just search for Nooks Tavern anywhere all over the internet. With me, as always, is the horseradish to my roast beef, Mr. Philip Keating.
Hi, Kurt.
Hey, Phil, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. How are you doing?
I am doing great, and I always forget to actually say my own name. My name is Kurt Putin.
That's why I'm here, bud.
It is. So, I guess let's just jump into it. This is feeling like a very special episode.
Oh, yes. The Bears are on parade indeed here in City 17 tonight.
Yeah, it's feeling a little gummy, but I think we'll just manage to go through.
Well, at least they're not bouncing here or there or everywhere, and they're properly sitting down for the live show tonight.
So what's been going on your island?
Kurt, it's been raining.
Really?
It's been raining for about 4 days, Kurt. 4
really?
whole days here, and I'm not complaining because I don't have to water my flowers. Now, look, I don't water my flowers anymore anyway.
Right.
But since it has been raining, my hybrids have just been popping up left and right, left and right, left and right, to the point where I've now started a garden of just like all my black roses and my black lilies and all of that. So I'm pretty happy that they're spawning quick enough for me to be able to scoop them up and then move them over into the Zen garden. So I've been very delighted about that.
The Zen garden? You have a Zen garden?
Oh, yeah, of course I do.
Oh, that actually reminds me. We should probably at some point just do an island tour of each of our islands.
Sure, yeah, no, I certainly want to show everybody how much I haven't done with my own island.
Look, man, we're just regular people.
I hear you, man. But... I bought into stocks because we were both home for Father's Day. And, luckily, last minute, today, actually, one of the wonderful people in our Discord, Nevermind, opened up her gates to everybody because she was trading at $5.98.
Wow.
And
that is an incredible price.
Well, not only that, but she kept her gates opened all day.
Oh,
right?
man.
So, she hit the Discord up at around 8 a.m. our time, Eastern.
Right.
And was like, I'm trading at $5.98. And I was like, oh, man, I'm not... This darn job I have. She's like, you know what? I'm in PM, so I will keep this gate open until you get home.
Wow.
And she just had people coming in and out, trading out. So, it just shows to the wonderful people that we have over at tiny.cc/Nooks Tavern.
Nice plug.
Thank you.
Yeah. I actually did not buy turnips because I'm still sitting on like 6 million bells in the bank. So I just don't feel the need at this point.
Sure. No, I get that. But I always like to, I don't have that much money. And I've been spending a lot of money on clothing. So the more bells I can waste on pretty clothing, the happier I am. 1,600 bells for a beautiful clock? No, thank you. $18,000 at the Able Sister store in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that is the. I bought my crown at Able Sisters last week, and yeah, that was a cool 1 million bells.
Oh, look at you, money bags.
Yeah, well, I
money
had
bells.
It to spare. Money bells. Yeah, so I understand. Looking for those perfect outfits. What's funny is I think I'm still seeing stuff that I've never seen before in Able Sisters.
Same. Today, I saw a dress that had the card patterns on it. It had hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds across the bottom. It really, what it looked like, Kurt, and this is no joke, it looked like an Alice in Wonderland dress that Alice would wear in Disney, but it had the card patterns across the bottom. And I was like, I have never seen this in my life.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
In other games, I've never seen this design before. So it was just something different, something neat.
I wonder if like we know that you can see custom designs in Able Sisters, but I wonder if there are these designs that will go through everybody's stores after a certain amount of time that were created by people,
It's a
by
good
by by, by
question.
players. I think that would be
Uh,
kind of cool.
yeah, but
Um,
but I mean that's the whole reason we have those creator codes, you know.
yeah, but still, I think it'd be a nice, because I think there's a certain amount of people that don't know how to do that.
Well, true, but then you have the Able Sisters profiting off of the hard work of these content creators and them not getting any retribution for it.
Well, and I'm not sure retribution is the right word you were
No, it's
looking
not.
for,
It
but
most certainly is not.
maybe remuneration.
Nah, sure, college boy.
But at the end of the day, it's Tom Nook that profits. So
That's true.
yeah.
But yeah, I
So
don't think that will ever happen. But I like your idea. But I mean, as new events in the year unfolds, we're gonna see new items. We've already seen new items in the video that we'll talk about later. But I guarantee we're gonna have new clothing come out as the seasons change.
yeah,
Right?
absolutely. Because we've not seen all season clothing. We've seen bits and pieces, but come on, around wintertime and right now being 90 degrees where I am, I'm really looking forward to winter time again. Um, when if we're not seeing like the stereotypical Santa type clothing, I'd be hugely surprised.
Or just like winter coats.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just in general, yeah.
And then the
Uh,
last thing that really hung out or stuck out for my week was I had Red again. So like I don't know why everybody's complaining about not seeing their cousin. Like my cousin has been here 2 weeks in a row. Maybe you guys just need to treat him better, but it's been wonderful to see him up there. And I had a friend of mine tell me that one of my old villagers showed up in a vacant lot in her island, which was cool.
uh, so that happened to me with one of your villagers.
Correct. Correct. And she's like, "How's this villager?" And I was like, "He's out on my island for a reason." And she's like, "Okay." And then within, I think it was about 5 minutes, she messaged me and she's like, "No, you can have him back. You can have him back now. I don't like him." And I was like, "No hablo. Lo siento.
Lo
Lo
siento.
siento."
The villager that came over to my island just moved right in. Like it's not even campsite then house. It was, oh, by the way, Tammy's moving in. It's like, what?
I,
What?
I liked Tammy. I liked her a lot, but it was just time for her to spread her bare arms and be unbearable somewhere else. So I'm glad that she could hang out on your island, my dude.
Well, I will say she had a birthday this week.
Well, that was nice. Did you
And
get her
so,
anything?
yeah, I gave her, what did I give her?
A sea bass?
No, I might have given her a fossil. I don't remember.
I like to sometimes give them weeds for their birthday.
I've actually been trying to give them masks so that they'll wear masks.
It's funny because Beardo is still wearing his dress that I gave him 2 weeks
That's
ago.
awesome. That's awesome.
I gave Julian the unicorn a mage hat, like a wizard's cap, and they put it on, and then I was like, "Oh, great! They put it on," and then unfortunately they took it off the next day, and I was like, "Ah, it's a shame. I would have loved to see that stay on there for a while." But what else has
I've,
happened in your town, Kurt?
well, not a heck of a lot other than the birthday party. It was raining when I left the town today, so that was good. Because again, didn't have to water the flowers. But it's been pretty quiet. Still no red. Let's see. Leaf showed up one day, and yeah, that's been about it.
Do you think that we'll ever get updates to the Isabel morning announcements?
I certainly hope so.
Just like, and I've seen this around, but like her just saying, "Hey, small news day, but you've got CJ here, so therefore you can at least know going in, like, oh, geez, I might as well, run around the island for a little bit trying to find him, or at least, or Sahara's here, right?
Right.
Just
Like,
those little things."
well, and it's weird because sometimes, well, she'll say something about new villagers or new islanders that visit and stuff, but and with an event at the beginning of the event, she'll say something, but she won't. Yeah, she won't acknowledge any of the vendors,
Those weekly, those weekly visitors that we have.
which would be really nice. Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, but otherwise it's been really quiet. It's just kind of been doing dailies, and what I really need to start doing again are more mystery islands. I need to start those up again.
And I agree. I have stopped doing them because I've kind of only used them to villager hunt. But
Yeah.
now that we're getting into July and we're getting to like prime bug season and prime fish season, I think this is the time where I'm going to start utilizing my tickets so I can really crack down on the bugs that are coming in to these islands.
Right, right. So that kind of segues a little bit.
Weird, huh?
So the question is, yeah, let's just go over. Let's just go. So we were talking about July bugs and fish. So it's almost July, and by the time we air our next episode, it will already be July. So what's coming up for bugs?
There's only a few bugs coming to Animal Crossing New Horizons in July, so I'll quick go over this very, very short list. But we're getting grasshoppers, brown cicadas, robust cicadas, giant cicadas, evening cicadas, cicada shells, blue weevil beetles, earth-boring dung beetles, scrolling down, scarab beetles, saw stags, giant stags, Miama stags, cyclomatus stags, golden stags, giraffe stags, horned dynastid, horned atlas, horned elephant, horned Hercules, walking stick, and walking leaf. So just a handful of bugs. Nothing, not like a huge, 15 to 25 bugs. Oh, but to even it out, we are losing. Here's what we're losing.
Yeah.
Honeybees.
That's it, really?
That's all we're losing is honeybees.
Yeah. What's interesting is there were 5 different kinds of cicadas.
Well, you know what? I can go over that list again if you weren't listening, Kurt.
No.
No. Grasshoppers, brown
No.
cicadas, robust cicadas. So cicadas, just brown cicadas, robust cicadas, giant cicadas, evening cicadas, and then we'll have cicada shells on the trees themselves. So
Okay, so that's that's arguably 4 cicadas and cicada shells, whatever that is.
yeah, but I'm looking at this list now, and here's the crazy thing that I didn't even realize this until you asked. But these are all except one. They're tree huggings.
Tree bugs.
All of
right.
them. All of them are except for that earth-boring dung beetle.
So do you think the cicadas will make noise?
Oh, they have to, right? I think
They have to.
And I think they have in the past.
But with all those cicadas, and are those time sensitive throughout the day, or throughout the day rather?
Yeah, it's like 8 a.m. to 5 for most of them, and then the evening cicada is your night times.
I just I wonder if we'll hear the sound of them, because I don't know. Have you ever been around cicada infestations in real life?
Oh, yeah. And anybody who has listened to the early episodes of Botch Podcast could clearly hear the cicada swarms on tape. Like, there was nothing we could do to not have them show up on the recording. So
I think that'd be kind of neat to have that sound in the game.
Yeah, it would really be neat for the first 10 minutes of
Well,
you'd
want it to obviously really lower in volume as you leave the tree area quickly. Right? You wouldn't want it to be, because in real life it would kind of be island wide, right?
Grasshoppers are not tree bugs. Sorry. Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, no, they're not tree bugs.
Right.
So
what's going on southern hemisphere wise?
What are they gaining? Thank you for asking, because I closed that window.
Nice.
So
I would help you, but
I don't know what they're getting new. I only have a list of what's available, which is the common butterfly, the paper kite butterfly, emperor butterfly, Raj Brooks birdwing, moth, wasp, damselfly, mole cricket, the dung beetle, bagworm, citrus longhorn beetle, ant, hermit crab, wharf roach, fly, snail, pillbug, centipede, spider, and then tarantula still. So, but
Wow.
I don't have like an updated. For some reason, the list that I pulled doesn't have what's new or what's leaving, or maybe nothing is new and nothing's leaving. I'll do more research and bring back a better report by next week if there is anything to update on that list.
Right, right.
So that's just a bug talk.
Yep.
So we have fish coming as well, Kurt.
We do, and the list is shorter than yours, but we have coming new in July to the southern northern hemisphere. Sorry, northern hemisphere. We have the sweet fish, which is a river fish, the Napoleon fish, which is a huge sea fish that will be available 4 a.m. to 9 p.m. So I guess all day, sort of. And that is that price will be 10,000. We have the puffer fish, which is also a sea, but that's a medium small fish. We have the blue marlin coming back, and that is interesting. The location for this says pier.
Yeah. Is that not where you originally caught it?
I don't remember. I guess I must have, but I didn't realize that they had differentiated between pier and sea.
Oh yeah, no, because these are pier, and then there was another fish that was pier only.
Okay. And then the ocean sunfish is the other one that's also sea with a fin.
Oh, sea with a fin.
And that will be 4 a.m. to 9 p.m. as well. And then leaving is the tadpole.
And that's all northern hemisphere.
That's all northern hemisphere.
Oh, so what's the southern hemisphere going to have, Kurt?
So southern hemisphere also has not updated the list of things new in July or leaving, which means maybe they don't have anything new or leaving.
Oh, but what will they have available in July, Kurt?
Well, what they do have available for fish in July is the bitterling, the pale chub, the crucian carp, the dace, the carp, the koi, the goldfish, the pop-eyed goldfish, the ranchu goldfish, the freshwater goby, the bluegill, the yellow perch, black bass, pond smelt, stringfish, sturgeon, sea butterfly, blowfish, anchovy, horse mackerel, of course, mackerel, sea bass, more like a C plus bass, red snapper, dab, olive flounder, squid, tuna, blue marlin, football fish, oarfish, barrel eye, coelacanth. I always do that with that one. And so, and apparently the coelacanth only, it'll only rain down on you. So if it's raining, you just have to watch your head. Pretty sure that's what that means.
I think that's what that means. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Oh well, that's good. That sounds like a healthy list. Did I hear you say pop-eyed goldfish in the middle of that?
Yes.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah.
Blow me down.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I mean that's a healthy list of at least new stuff, new content, for bugs and fish coming in. But there's also a little bit more coming, not even in July, but in the end of June, this Saturday, right? What's going on this Saturday?
Well, this Saturday, it looks like we're having our first bug off.
Saturday, the 27th of June.
27th, yes.
Correct.
Had to look at my calendar. So 27th of June, and this is Northern Hemisphere only.
Okay.
That's what this list says. So Northern Hemisphere only is the first bug off for us. And we can only presume, because of what we've read, which really isn't a presumption, but it's the fishing tourney only for bugs. So presumably it'll be run by Flick. And, oh, nope, I'm wrong. Oh, wait. Yes, hosted by Flick. And he'll buy bugs like he always buys. But it's just like the fishing tourney. The first competition of the day is free, and then you pay 500 bells for each one after that.
So does that mean that everyone in the Northern Hemisphere will have a bug off? So does that
Yes.
mean that everybody on this Saturday will not be raining in their islands? Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I don't.
every time it rains, it kind of cancels most of the bugs off.
Right.
I
It's not clear. It's not clear. The only
with the
thing that's
skies or
no, it's not clear whether or not it'll change the weather or make sure that we're not going to have rainy weather.
yeah.
There are yeah, so the scoring, it's same thing. You'll have 3 minutes to catch as many bugs as you can. What's going to be interesting with this is it looks like, unlike fishing, you've got bait that you can make
Correct.
and use, and with bugs, you don't. It's not like they give you like an old candy cane that you can stick in the ground and have a bunch of bugs come swarm to it.
Well, no, but if you had a rotten turnip on your island, I mean, at least you have a chance to get ants. But no, you're completely right. I mean, there's no way to kind of gain the system when it comes to a bug off.
Right.
And you're kind of at the mercy of RNG when it comes to that because, you can't determine when a giant butterfly is going to spawn versus, your common locust or anything like that,
Right. And so the other thing is that presumably there's going to be 13 items to collect, just like with the fishing tourney. There is no list of those yet, so that's okay. We'll get those. We'll probably be able to. Well, we will definitely be able to go over that next week. But yeah, I'm planning on doing it.
Do you have a time frame for that?
It just says
Is it an all-day event or until like 7 p.m.?
between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. And that's game time.
Okay. Well, at least I'll be home for work, so I'll be able to try to get some time into that.
And then he'll be on the island for another 2 hours to redeem points.
Okay, gotcha. So you can only yep, got it. So you can't really sell to him those 2 hours. He's just there to pick up any redeemed points that you missed.
Yeah, I mean that's not clear, but because you won't be able to compete during those 2 hours. But he will also buy any other bugs that you have, just like he would normally. The only thing he won't be doing during the bug off is offer the crafted models.
Got it.
Which is okay.
That's I'm all right with that.
So, but at least it's a predictable time where he will be on the island.
Correct.
So that's huge.
So what events are coming in July?
So in July, we have on the second Saturday for both hemispheres, we have our second fishing tourney.
Oh, do you think changes come, or do you think changes are going to stay the same way that they were?
I think they're going to stay. That's my guess.
I think you're right.
Because we've not heard otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
So, and then on the fourth Saturday, another bug off.
Good.
And because the bug off is largely a summer event, we'll have June just happens to hit the right time. So we get that day after tomorrow, we'll have that bug off. Then we've got one fourth Saturday in July, fourth Saturday in August, fourth Saturday in September. That's all northern. All northern hemisphere only.
Yep.
Now that being said, at least southern hemisphere gets the fishing tourney, and actually southern hemisphere got something that we glossed. We actually didn't even talk about, which was in May they had mushrooming season
down in the southern.
Down in southern.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that now. I'm sorry, we don't do. We're getting better at covering the southern hemisphere. When we first started, we never really thought about covering it, but now that the numbers have started to come in, we've been trying to do better. But you're right, we missed that mushroom season.
Yeah, so it's cool because they're giving us a lot more items that we can do things with, right? So
of course, I'm always good with more items.
And the fact that we've kind of got this event calendar is pretty cool too. So we will get our mushrooming season, but it's not coming until November. So
Yep.
we'll talk about it closer then to that.
Sure. Well, I guess that's all the new news that's come out and hit, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much. Have a good evening, everybody.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. We don't have a new. Yeah, it's funny. Me and Kurt were talking earlier this afternoon, and we just always kind of seem to get lucky on the show because this morning a new update trailer has dropped for Animal Crossing.
Oh boy.
With this new free update that starts July 3rd, we get what?
So we finally get swimming and diving.
Heck yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's going to be very cool. What excites me the most about all of that, we get to submit new things to the museum.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm excited, but we also get my boy Pascal back. So
Pascal, yep. He'll be just hanging in the ocean waiting for you to show up. And
shell up. Waiting for you to shell up.
Oh boy. Where's my face palm? I don't have my face palm reaction
No,
yet.
you don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. So so Pascal, the cool thing is not only do we get to find sea animals and submit those to Blathers in the museum, but we will also be able to find sea shells and sea items that we can turn into Pascal for under the sea themed
Mermaid.
items.
It's mermaid themed.
It's just mermaid themed.
Well, yeah, but you are correct. It's the under the sea themed stuff, but this is a classic mermaid set that's been in a lot of the past games.
Right.
Which I'm not always I'm not really a mermaid fan of the furniture and all that. But what I am a fan of is seeing some of these old sets finally come back in game. Right, because there's a lot of old sets that we still don't have.
Right. Yeah, it's funny. I was reading a little bit about that. Some frustration that people were having by like, why don't I have this furniture set yet, or this and I'm like, the game just came out. I mean, we're still only a few months from release.
Yeah.
And if they released everything all at once, I think people would complete it within a few months and then get bored. Maybe not, but
well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's still curious to me why, for every game that we've had, in the last 19 years, we always had at least the sets, the furniture sets have always been there, right? And then you have your holiday ones that are mixed in during the year.
Yeah.
So to not have the modern set is really annoying to me.
Yeah, for some reason it feels like they had the forethought to hold some stuff back because I don't think they really knew how big this game would get. But this iteration of this game feels different.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
And we've had multiplayer before, but it just feels different. Honestly, it feels more alive.
Yeah, it's more of the first iteration of a Nintendo MMO, isn't it?
It kind of is, right? It's odd, but it's great. And so right now I'm trusting them. I still would like to see some quality of life improvements, but I think I have no large complaints really.
No, and we get a new version of Gulliver on the island. It looks like he's picked up a new rank on his boat because he's dressed in a different costume.
Well, yeah. I mean, so in the as we've seen Gulliver so far, he's been like he's looking for his communicator, but that was from a plane, right? He wasn't on a boat.
Are you sure? Did he
thought
ever say
so.
plane?
I thought he did. Maybe
I thought
I'm wrong.
He said ship.
Okay, so but clearly
so it can
now
go either
though,
way, really.
It could go either way, but now with this one, he clearly is dressed like a pirate.
He's a pirate,
and he's talking like a pirate.
He's a pirate,
and apparently there's going to be something new that comes with him that he will send you.
Oh, great! I mean, I'm really not tired of getting hairstyles and hats.
Right.
I'm really getting nothing that I want from him except these silly hairstyles and hats. So I'm excited to get anything new from him. But with that said, right, this is a lot of people are saying, thankfully this is coming out because I finally have started to hit that fatigue. We
Yep.
have felt it in the community, right, with community spotlights, or just people just falling off of this game, and everyone's thankful that this is coming out. But I also just want to reiterate to Nintendo, like, yeah, this is going to get people back in for a little bit, but you got to keep supporting this game, even if there aren't events coming out, right? We still need to have updates throughout the year. Now, look, at the end of this trailer that comes out, it says there's another summer update coming in August.
Yep.
Which is great. I can see the fireworks in the background, so that used to be a thing in past games.
Right.
But fireworks are not going to be enough to keep the general public, inspired to sign in every day.
Right.
We got to start getting some of these things that we're missing. Like I need my roost.
Well, it's funny. I was just thinking Brewster. Yeah. That seems like that's got to come, right? I mean, and there's been some talk about Brewster. There's also been some talk about actual food recipes coming.
Cooking.
Interesting.
I haven't heard that yet.
Yeah. So, and that was through a data mine that Ninja had done a while ago. But there was some talk about some food recipes, which could be really cool. And yet just another level of things to do, right? So, I don't know. Just because I just didn't want to forget it before we left this segment anyway. Did you finish up the last event? Did you finish up wedding season?
Oh, that didn't end after the first day?
No.
Oh.
It ends on the 30th.
No.
You have time. Finish.
I know I could. And I might get back in there. I said that last week. I said that the week before.
You get that sweet church furniture. That pipe organ.
I want that pipe organ. But I also commissioned a friend to get it for me. So I'm waiting to see if that friend delivers or not. I'm sorry. Co-host. I meant to say co-host. So we'll see. He still has time, and I'm sure he'll deliver as promised. But yeah, the realistic side says no. I probably won't end up going back to Harbs. I want to, and every day I'm like, yeah, I should do this right now, and then I get sidetracked, and I just never get down to the airport to do so.
Yeah, I should do this right now. Ooh, a fossil.
Oh yeah, yeah, squirrel. Yeah, I've definitely got puppy brain when it comes to stuff like that. So
right.
Especially since it's been raining. I mean, I've been fishing a lot because gotta get them big fish.
Yep. So I still have to get the sharks. I really do. I gotta spend more time fishing, which I haven't done that. So sharks. Yep.
Well, do we have anything else for the first half?
I don't think so. I think we've saved some stuff for the second half, and I think that's good.
Yeah, we only went 30 minutes for the first half. So if you are here in chat, stick around. Everyone in the podcast, enjoy the ad, and we'll see you in part 2.
Nice.
You like how I threw to you with all the fish in June or July?
Yeah, no, that was fine. That was fine, and I half expected it.
I figured as much.
When you read all the names, I went, "Oh, you sure?" Yep. So, that's all right. It's good.
No, it's fine.
And I can pronounce all mine.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't. That's all right. They don't come here for phonetic reasons.
Right. I'm here for the phonics.
Somebody, I think it was Dolph, that corrected me in
Lundgren?
chat. Yeah. Where is she? Yeah, Dolphine was like, grasshoppers, not bug trees, dude. That's like, oh, yeah, she's right. She's right.
Right.
I was going to try to make a joke, and I was like, nope, just going to tell her that she is right. So,
Right. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, so let me switch over. The news segment is now done, so we can close that up. Get a little bit more RAM back. For some reason, the Patreon screen on my whiteboard won't load up.
Ah,
All the other ones loaded up just fine.
okay.
So I don't know why.
I do want to cover Nookazon.
Today?
Yeah, it's in the show notes, but we've skipped over it a couple times.
Oh, I missed it.
No, that's all right. It's all right. And we don't have to do it every week, but I want to put it in there just in case we do.
Did you have something for this week?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Well, I mean,
It-
you
no,
said,
no,
yeah,
no,
sure.
no. What I mean is, yeah. So I prep every week for to talk about the hot items
Got
that
it.
are on Nookazon and how much they go for and all that.
Okay,
So,
well then let me. Oh, that loaded up a lot quicker than the other page did. Hot items. How's everybody doing in chat? Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Our bear brigade sitting front row live in the studio. Oh man, I really wish that like all 5 of them showed up, all in bear costumes today. Where
Well,
the
the
heck
one
are hot items?
the one so you go to latest items,
Oh, it's latest. Okay,
and then then at the top they have the hot.
got it.
So the bear on the left is Papa Bear, and he's too big. Bear in the middle is Mama Bear, no, and Baby Bear, and she's too small. And it's too bad that Stevie Bear isn't here because he's just right.
He is just right. All right, and let me go back to here. All right. I am ready for you to lead the show back on the tracks there.
Okie doke. And welcome back to the second half of Nook's Tavern, the live in studio, in game podcast for Animal Crossing New Horizons. All right, so our next thing that I wanted to talk about is what's going on Nookazon.
Yeah, we've taken a break from Nookazon for a little bit because we've had pack shows. But there's some interesting items up there right now on the hot item list. So, Kurt, what do we got up there, and what did you what kind of stuck out on your eye? Kurt, did I freeze or did Kurt freeze? Everyone, you guys live in chat still?
Zone, for
Oh,
example,
Kurt,
averages
Kurt.
a mere 533,300. Yes.
Kurt, you froze out for about 5 minutes.
What?
Yeah, Kurt, you you super lagged.
What?
You're back. You're back now, but like you went down hard.
Wow, that's weird.
All right, so ready? We'll take 2. Ready? Kurt, what's on Nookazon that's really caught your eye?
Well, the cool thing is that it's been mainly event-type items that have been in the hot list. And so, like, the Cherry Blossom Pond Stone is going for an average price of 533,333 bells. It's really weird, but it is, it's an event item because Cherry Blossom Festival, which I think even this time around, in general, people didn't pay much attention to cherry blossoms because they were all zipper bunny day fever.
Angry, yes.
Angry, yeah. That's the exact word I was going for. Angry. So there's a mush log, which is apparently, I would guess, from mushrooms.
That would be a good guess there, Kurt.
Yeah, and so that is going for an average price of 600,000 bells.
Damn.
And again, we don't have it in the Northern Hemisphere yet. So
no. And just like Southern doesn't have the cherry blossom yet.
Exactly. So there's this weird infused water dispenser that I don't know why it's there, but it is, and it's a recipe and that you can make, but it's 150,000 bells.
Okay.
And then the shell arch, which you can just make from shells. Going for 115,500.
Yeah, but that's one of those blue shell recipes, and those have not been easy to come by.
Right,
so...
and actually the nice thing about the shell arch is there are 6 variants in color.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yep, you got brown, purple, white, pink, yellow, and then pearl. Oh, and it looks like there's just the straight up one, so that might be 7 variants. So yeah,
Straight up now, tell me. That sounds dope.
yeah. So if you're into the arches, um, the shell one is one to have, I suppose. um, yeah. So the other thing that's a little strange is people selling posters.
Yeah, because you could just buy them, right?
Yeah,
Like with bells, right?
they're like 1,000, but you have to. I think you have to have had them as a villager.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, I think they're tradable though, right? They have to be tradable.
Well, yeah,
So
if they're on
if I
Nookazon,
wanted to
they're
get a
tradable.
sweet Beardo poster, you could buy one and send it to me.
I now have to go get 1,000 Pietro posters and put them all over the studio walls. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a poster of Pietro in here next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's my boy. I love him.
Yeah, he's weird.
No, he's great.
But,
I really connect to him and his lifestyle.
oh, you know what you should do? I just had a great idea. You should get a design that has Beardo on the shirt and give it to Pietro to wear, and have a design that has Pietro on the shirt and give it to Beardo to wear.
Oh my God! Forced friendship between the two of them.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. But I also don't want to get Beardo out of that beautiful sundress that he's wearing right now.
Oh, that's fair. Well, you could put it on a sundress.
I gotta get to the boards.
Got to get to the boards.
Gotta get to the boards.
Yes.
Yarr.
So yeah, that's and so speaking of like having them do your bidding, pretty much. Have you had your villagers change their nickname for you?
No, I want them to, but they haven't
don't offer?
yet.
They don't offer?
They haven't offered in a while.
What about your catchphrase?
Nope.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of villagers calling me Klotzhead now.
Why?
It just seemed like a funny word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, yeah. And so it's I'm trying to get them to change things up a little bit as well, just in terms of what they call me and what those catchphrases are. We still have a couple that are calling me Cruiser, which
they all call me Tater Tot, and I don't
Do
like
they?
it.
Do they really?
They
That's
do.
awesome.
I don't like it. I want something else. But it's fine. I've been called worse things in my life.
yeah, they could call you Pringles.
Never again. I'll never answer that. So, what have you found for community spotlight things this week?
All right, so this first thing it came from Reddit, and I don't even know why I clicked on it, but it said villager chalk names. And I clicked on it, and the cool thing was it is as if you were to write on the pavement with chalk.
Yeah.
And whoever made these designs did such a great job of making it actually look like chalk and not look like a repeatable design type thing.
No, it's beautiful.
It looks great. It looks great. And
so it's really the pastel colors that they use, right? But also not writing it in a perfect line, putting a little bit of a down slant to it, or just messing up the lettering just a bit to make it look like, you wrote this freehand.
Yeah, and you almost expect to see on the pavement those giant chalk sticks that, pavement chalk that kids would play with. And it's gorgeous. It just is. And so it was beautiful in simplicity that I just wanted to bring to the show, because we normally highlight a lot of things that are really complicated and whatnot. It's just great. It's just great. Whoever did this has a great sense of art. It appeared to be Common Giraffe was the name of the person who did it, and they did an awesome job.
But like you said, it's something very simple, but yet it's something that nobody else has really thought about to put into the game. Or, to make.
Right.
So it looks so cool, and I hope this opens up, the door for cool chalk designs that people make. You were talking about it before when people make those 3D chalk designs on the ground and how that looks like, people are falling, down a reservoir or something. So it'd be interesting to see if now that these little simple chalk designs really open up the imaginations for some of these people that are a lot more talented than I.
Right. So the other thing that I wanted to bring, which I didn't put in the show notes, but I did put in our Facebook chat, which I can't get to right now, is did you see the video of people jumping through waterfalls?
No.
So it was in one of our chats. Somebody makes a waterfall that is directly in front of like an area that they built.
Okay.
And the waterfall is about 1 character space wide and 1 character space tall. And what ends up happening due to some glitch in the game is that you're able to hop over it.
Interesting.
And so the thing that I linked to, and we can try to make sure that's in the show notes. The thing that I linked to is they created this space, this secret space, and so you go up to it. It's just a waterfall, but you hop through it, and there's like this little inner area that's hidden from everything else, and it's really, really cool.
That's interesting. No, I'll have to go back and check that out.
I'm copying the video link into the show notes as we speak.
Cool.
But of course, it's a Facebook link, so I will fix that later.
Why don't you also throw it into the chat so people here live can actually get to view this out right, as they sit here.
So just want to get rid of the Facebook part of that link. And come on. There we go. And we will copy that and put that right into our chat. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. So,
it's another day, another week.
It is another week.
And once again, we bring another version of Cappellgum covers.
Because you have to.
You have to.
Right.
It's funny. There's a video game band that I love called the Mariachi Entertainment System, and they do video game covers in the style of mariachi. Go figure. But
awesome.
they like to take requests from their fans a lot. And this week on Twitter, they said, "Oh, we're going to cover an Animal Crossing song. What song should I cover?" And it was just like, I mean, there's only 2 options, guys. It's either Cappellgum or it's the 5 p.m. music, because those are the most rocking tracks in the game. And everyone else was like, "You guys should do KK mariachi. I feel like it'd be your style." It's just like, what? I mean, no, that's not challenging at all. What are you talking about? Or like KK Condor. It's just like, no, you want to hear the mariachi style of a song that, people don't understand.
Yep.
But what kind of cover of Cappellgum did you bring to the table this week?
It is an a cappella cover, which I'm a huge fan of a cappella music.
Oh, are you?
And I am. It's really strange. I know. You've never heard that before.
No, I haven't.
And it's done by a woman named geez, it just started playing. Okay. Her name is Amapella. So apparently she does a bunch of covers. She sings in this impossibly high range, but she uses not the actual lyrics, but the KK word sounds. Yes. Yep.
Oh my god, I love it. I absolutely love it.
And it's 5-part, all recorded by her. She does the multi-track thing, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yep.
Well, I'm excited to listen to it after the show.
Right. And speaking of KK songs, though, what somebody has done is recorded or screen cap, I guess, all KK songs in New Horizons, all 98.
Okay.
And put them in one YouTube video.
How long is that video?
The video is Let's see here.
It's got to be like 3 hours, 48 minutes, and 40 seconds.
I think that's exactly right. You missed your calling. This should be The Price is Right.
No. It's just I'm such a big KK fan that I know that number by heart.
You know that number by heart. Do you think at any point we'll get new KK songs?
Ooh, oh man, you know what? That's a darn good question. I don't know.
It'd be nice if we did. Like
KK Mash for like Halloween.
Well, I was just thinking, KK Winter or something for some holiday
Harvest.
themed songs. Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good question. I mean, I don't think that we have in the past, but this is a new iteration. This is, we have a console that can get updates whenever Nintendo wants. That's interesting.
Well, and Nintendo's been talking about 3 years of updates.
I'm going to say, yeah. I mean, how do you not?
Right.
Right? How do you not?
Unless you bring in a rival singer.
No.
No, they can't.
No,
they really can't. KK's evil twin.
Well, there are 2 singing NPCs in this game. If you can remember correctly from the DS game, we had Captain, and Captain used to sing us a little ditty when he would transfer us from the town to the island.
That's true.
And Captain is my boy. Like, I love me KK, but Captain is my boy.
Yeah, Captain hasn't shown up yet, though.
KK East Coast versus West Coast. Oh, that's good.
The notorious KKS.
Oh, man.
Honestly, I love the KK music. Literally, Saturday night, if I'm around and I log into the game and I watch the entire song that he sings.
Oh yeah,
I sit through the entire credits every single time, and which is a little silly because you can listen to that music whenever you want, but there's something about that whole experience. It's just, I've never wanted to sit through credits like that ever.
Well, except it's a Marvel movie, then you kind of want to sit through those
but even that, I'd want to fast forward to the stingers.
Well,
most of the time.
Bring some stingers to us right now, buddy. So Kurt shared something with me pre-show that literally I lost my mind over. And I was like, I screamed to the point where my son, who was getting ready for bed, came running in and he was like, "Daddy, what's wrong?" And I said, "Buddy, you should be in bed, but right now you need to look at all of this." And Kurt dropped onto me beautiful designs of some of the best Marvel and DC superhero costumes made for Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
So let's run down the list real quick, and then we can talk a little bit about them.
All right.
You want me to do it, or you want to do it?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and get started?
Okay.
Because I closed the window.
No, that's fine. I got it open. So we have Captain Marvel. We've got Rocket Raccoon, Doctor Strange, Original Cap, and then we have Captain Endgame, Captain's jersey from Endgame. We've got Miles Morales, Peter Parker, and then Spider-Man Far From Home. We have Madrox, Star-Lord, Deadpool, Iron Man, Carnage hat, Venom hat, a beautiful Loki armor.
Yes.
And I believe that is all for the Marvel end. And then on DC, we have the Green Corps, Harley Quinn, Batman, Blue Boy Scout, which is a Superman shirt.
Yeah, the Green Corps is Green Lantern Corps.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also another Green Lantern thing coming up. So
right.
Aquaman, you've got the Flash, you've got a Wonder Woman, you got a beautiful Wonder Woman dress pattern in there. You have
that dress is amazing.
No, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Like that's Linda Carter.
Yes.
Perfect Linda Carter dress.
Right.
Green Lantern, full armor. The Martian Manhunter outfit. A Batman costume to a T with the belt and all. Flash, and then Superman 52. And all of these, man, all these are great. And the kid, man, the kid lost his mind when he saw that. And really, he went all the way up and down. He he was pretty stoked about these, but I was pretty happy about him being able to name most of these just by looking at them.
Yeah, I mean, clearly some of the highlights really are that Loki costume, that Wonder Woman dress, the full on Batman was really cool, but you know what's weird is the one I didn't really care for was the Harley Quinn one
Yeah, it's a
because
little bit messy.
yeah, it didn't feel like the character as much to me.
But I mean, if you had makeup and hair with it as well, it'd probably be a little bit better.
Yeah, but if they had gone like
but if they
animated series,
I was gonna say if they went traditional and not the
Yeah.
Harley Quinn that everybody now knows,
Right.
it would look a little bit better. But
yeah, but that Loki one, that might be the first one I get.
I mean, with the ruffles and the cape behind, right, and
Yeah.
the shoulder pad, the gold shoulder pads,
Right.
it looks really good. The one that really made me like just excited about is that Captain America Endgame version, man.
Yes.
And I know it's just the shirt, right? I would have loved to seen a shield on the back, like a crack shield, or you know, like
Right.
that hand shield that he had, not the full shield. But I'm really happy with this, like real happy.
Yeah.
And for
Yep.
somebody to go through and put this list together, because these are all from different creators,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But to put this list together and standardize it and put it onto a site was so awesome and helpful.
Yeah, it's again the creativity never ceases to amaze, and the attention to detail. I mean that Captain America Endgame version, it's like you can see the fabric texture
Yeah.
in there rather than just being the star and stripes. Yeah, it's awesome.
Is there is there a superhero shirt or costume that you would love to see that would be like, no, that's a no-brainer. I need that.
Oh, superhero shirt or costume. Let's
You got to give that
see.
Doctor Strange a little props too with the belts.
Yeah,
and
the Doctor Strange one is really good too.
the cape and all.
Oh, you know, maybe Doom.
Okay.
Doctor Doom.
Yeah, like a Doctor Doom. It's a
If
shame
we-
we can't make masks.
That's the thing. If we could find a way to deal with that, like there's not a robot mask or anything like that yet.
I think I would have to go. I would have to go with X-Men. And even though I'm not a fan of Scott, I would say like to have a nice blue and yellow 90s cartoon of Cyclops.
I was wondering if you were going to go 90s or original.
No,
which is-
no, but 90s Cyclops with the bandolier, the yellow bandolier across the
Yep.
chest, man. I would love that.
yeah, and actually, a Colossus would be pretty cool too. But again, you have to worry about the face.
Yeah. Or just like a standard old school brown Wolverine.
Yes. Yep.
So-
That'd be cool too. Yeah, so many possibilities, and honestly, it's possible that some of those already exist and they're just not on this list.
100%. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So,
What
because Lex-
superhero shirts are you guys looking for? You can hit us up on Twitter at Nooks Tavern or just hit us up through email at nookstavern@gmail.com.
Yeah. So the the other thing is we're still waiting for somebody to finish their Flintstones introduction that they're recreating within Animal Crossing.
No, I
still
sent that
haven't
to
seen
you.
that. Oh, you did?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
You can just send me that gift card.
All right.
Because I believe the Smash Brothers Fight Pack comes out soon, so you can just send that my way.
All right.
And
Oh.
you know what? You might want to check your spam. It might be in your spam.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I'll
you
do
always
that.
push my emails to trash.
That's true.
So. Well, we've gone an hour. Is our friend here this week?
Well, let me go check.
All right, let me set this up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for everyone's favorite segment. Behind the Bells. The Nook Syndicate. Sorry? What? Hey, what's up?
He's not here.
He's what?
He's not here. He sent people to the front door with a message saying that he's not feeling well this week and he's suffering a little bit from Nook 13 virus, and Yeah, so I guess we're gonna have to hope that he feels better and we see him next week. But yeah, he just isn't.
Oh,
He's feeling under the weather.
okay. Well,
So
you know what? I hope he feels better. I'll send him some love over on Twitter, since he does have his own Twitter handle.
he
Do you remember
does.
that Twitter handle?
I do. You can send him words of encouragement and some get better and get well cards over on Mr. E Bagman. That's just MRE Bagman on Twitter. And I know that he's still fighting the good fight, but it's from his bed right now, wherever that happens to be.
Tanuki flu.
It's the Nookie flu. Yeah.
All right. Well, shoot. I guess there's only one last thing to do. Unless you got anything else, Kurt.
I don't.
All
I
right.
think that's a pretty full show.
Let's close it out. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, and Twitch at Nook's Tavern. This episode of Nook's Tavern was brought to you by our executive producers, B-Mel. Thanks, buddy, for supporting the show. If you want to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/Nook's Tavern and show us some love. Like our newest patron, Jim Schwartz. Philly boy own. I love it. If you have a moment, please head on over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review. Like our newest 5-star.
He who is Steve, who left us a review that said, like a dream that comes back every week changed. Imagine you awaken sitting in a chair in a poorly lit basement. Across the room from you, 2 men with varying amounts of facial hair are seated behind a table littered with audio equipment. Between you and them sits a pedestal upon which rests a single brown paper bag. There are 2 holes cut in the bag and the emptiness inside. Stark black, and I gotta scroll because you didn't do word wrap. Stark black. Oh my God, there's too much. Stark black. What does it say? Stark black against the brown of the bag seems to stare at you with terrible purpose. What's up with the bag? You ask the 2 men, careful to limit the trembling in your voice. They must not smell your fear. You somehow know it would spell your death, not smell. That'd be weird. The bag, Phil replies, that's for later. This is Nook's Tavern, and you cannot escape it.
He who is Steve, you are an insane person.
Yes.
But thank you for leaving us that 5-star review, because you have our wonderful in-house artist, Emily Swan, has drawn your character, and we'll send that right over to you, man. We appreciate it. #buttslols. If you guys also don't know, Steve has a wonderful YouTube account that he does a beautiful review of Animal Crossing that we've shared before on the show. So if you haven't, give him some love over there. As I pull my show notes back up. All right, thank you to Emily Swan for that album art and a wonderful weekly art that she produces for every episode of Nook's Tavern. Support her over at patreon.com/a-swan-named-Emily. If you have a story from your island that you'd like to share, email Nook's Tavern over at nookstavern@gmail.com. Oh, jeez, that was professional.
Geez. Yep.
Join the wonderful community over at Discord at tiny.cc/Nook's Tavern. Kurt, where can people find you?
I can be found all over the place, but on Twitter, I'm at VO by Kurt. We're also on Twitter at Nook's Tavern. I am also on Twitch at Kurtstable. And right here on Nook's Tavern, we will be streaming whenever we feel like it, more Animal Crossing.
And I am Philip D. Keating, the Imaginary Nomad himself. More of my schedules over at twitch.tv/Imaginary Nomad. I stream 5 nights a week. So just check out the schedule there. If you are here in chat and you like bad movies, Botch Podcast is doing another movie night this Monday, the 29th. We don't know what we're covering, but last week we did Bloodsport and The Stuff, and it was pretty terrible. So come join the fun over there at twitch.tv/Botch Podcast. Kurt!
Yes.
Anything else?
Chop some trees.
All right, that sounds great. And grab your knees. We'll see you next week, guys. Nothing like an outro burp that came out of nowhere. I felt it building as I was trying to plug Emily, and then I could feel it bubbling out.
All right,
Stop stopping recording.
Yep. So I'll be able to send this more quickly because, well, I'm not editing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, and I got to go pick my kid up from work.
No. You better go on and do that. You can send me the episode when you get back, because I know you got the.
All right. Yeah.
You got your other show to do, so
and I can edit it during that show. Nobody cares.
Well, you don't have to edit, so that's
Right.
a good thing. So.
I just do a little noise reduction. That's all.
No, that's true.
All right. Cool.
Look at these bears harass me. Get out of my house, everyone! Get!
Return to my island.
The gruesome grizzly twosomes.
All right, man. I got to disconnect.
Yeah. Get out of here.
So,
See ya.
All right. We'll see ya.
All right. Let's see. Oh! I forgot to say, everyone's still here, right? Thank you to B-Mel. He is our bell boss. Thanks for the bits, my dude. Everybody, this is my Star Trek shirt. But don't wait, I have more's. Here's my Wesley! This is my Wesley Crusher shirt. That's pretty cool. And then I have a legitimate Gryffindor scarf with the crest. And the scarf goes all the way around the neck. It's wonderful. Yes, it's wonderful. And if you are in the Discord, I put it in the Discord for you guys. If you're not, I'll put it in the show notes. We need to think of a title for tonight's episode. Anybody got a title that we could use? Captain Hygiene's kicking butt in the last couple weeks. Being able to snag the title. Oh! Thank you. Thank you. Oh my lord, thank you. Holy moly, thank you. My god, thank you. And thank you. Holy moly, thank you. That's a lot of bait. What are you doing down here, girl? You got your watering can out? You just gonna water in the rain? Is that what you're gonna do? I lost my voice. I was trying to be a heavy metal singer instead of a pop star? Yes please, girl. The one with the bears. That's pretty good. Oh, Kilted, what was the one that you put forward? I had to go back and shell up or ship out. That's pretty good. Ooh, moose seeds. I kind of like the shell up or ship out. I gotta get my fancy dress on. Go Bears! Yes, Captain Hygiene, thank you for coming by. Phil Curtin, 2 bears. The Brostein Bears. The Brostein Bears. This is what I've been rocking all day until I found that Star Trek uniform. This is my magical dress. Alright, bud. Scream in the basement all you want. What do you mean, wow? I look wonderful. Ah, shoot. That kick up. That's kind of dark. How's that dark? I look dope. Let's see what Julian's doing. Oh, you mean Beardo's Space Wind? Yeah, Beardo's a weirdo, man. I love him. Oh, they put my hat. That's my hat I gave him. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, my boy Pytro went inside. What's up, Pytro? This guy's good. I like him. Oh, see, he's got my flower that I gave him. What's up, bud? I didn't know there was unicorns! Yeah, buy whatever you want, Nooks, man. There's nothing in there that really caught my eye today. What in the world is even that music? That's true. We can check that, actually. Let's go back in. Let's check his jukebox. KK Parade. Groovy. That was a informational-filled episode. What you guys couldn't see is that me and Kurt have cameras so that we could see each other and signal to each other. And when I tossed him to read all those fish, he gave me this look like, I deserve this, you jerk. In the same way that he asked me about the Southern Hemisphere bugs. And we talked about that pre-show, like before we went live. Oh, that's a good idea. Request it on Saturday. I didn't think about that. We're going to run these beaches, and if I find nothing, I think we're going to head out for the night so I can start editing this episode. Hey, Pokemon Podcast, thanks for the raid. We are about to sign off, so I certainly appreciate it. Hi, everyone from Pokemon Go. Hope you guys had a good show over there. We are in a late post-show here. Thank you, Charles, for the raid. If you guys are Animal Crossing fans, we are an Animal Crossing podcast that we record live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern in-game here. We are a family-friendly show. We kind of only go an hour, and then we hang out for just a bit, you know, in post-game, post-stream. Right now, I'm just running my beach before we sign off, so if you guys haven't, throw us a follow. If you have, I greatly appreciate it. And always, you can check out the podcast on all your podcatchers. We are Nook's Tavern. Oh, Lady Jasmine's here. And Nicole. Hello, Nicole. Raid, another 3 hours. No, it's not going to be like Sundays, where we caught that raid at the end and redid the show. We're not going to do that. This is just my magical dress. But it makes me feel pretty. So, yeah, I have it in multiple colors. Because that's how I roll. Very pretty. Thank you. Let's see if my girl is crafting at the moment. She is. No, I haven't seen my villagers reading since that first week. Which is kind of bumming, but also it's been raining all week. So a lot of them aren't really doing outside activities since it's been raining all week. But, speaking of crafting projects, shh, they're all behind me and I'm not even done my first one. Shh. They aren't wearing my meme shirts. Oh, COVID? I would suspect, Nicole. Why? What are you sending to the States, Nicole? What are you sending to the States, Nicole? Nicole? Oh. Money hole. Gotta make that money. We only accept Ebola here. I have not planted a money tree in a long time, maybe months. I mean, I don't really have money issues. And yeah, you're leaving money, on the ground, I get that. But I'm also not out there trying to actively make bells like I used to. Catching sharks, though. I'm always catching sharks. That's not the right direction. There we go. Oh, darn it. That's what I get for reading chat. You could always use a money tree in real life. I mean, you could also just plant a fruit tree and then sell the fruit. It's as if money is growing on trees. Because it is. That's an option for you. The only sucker fish is the one holding the pole, B-Mail. Wah, wah. Now I gotta catch the sea bass just to feel better about myself. Yes! I finally caught a sea bass. Now to go to the river to throw that sea bass to its doom. Goodbye, dumb sea bass. Those purple roses up there are pretty. Nicole, are you excited about the new update that's coming next week? You have Hamilton and a new Animal Crossing update coming out on the same day? What? Yeah, man. Thank you, Kilted. Thanks for being a patron. We will catch you out next week. No, I don't, but it would be weird if I just sat here alone catching fish that I already have. Man, I haven't talked to this alligator in almost a month, hoping that he would move out. He still hasn't. Oh, I even sat outside your house for a whole day? Except for when I had to go to the bathroom? Alright, dude. Well, I'm gonna leave now. You want him, Nicole? He's all right. He's a good crafter. I've gotten some good patterns off him, but he doesn't fit in the overarching feel of my villagers anymore. I've kind of outgrown him. This is Cat. She's my vampire kitty. She's my metal kitty. Finally got rid of Plucky. I'm only actually technically looking for one more villager, and then I'll be happy. And I'll kind of be upset if he hits my campsite, because then it's a random chance on who I would lose. But I'm looking for Rolled. My little penguin. He's so cute. Alright, guys. I'm gonna head on out of here. I should be getting work done. If not on the episode, I should be getting it done on the actual projects that I am putting off that are behind me. So, thank you everybody for coming out tonight. If you are still here from Pokemon Go, I appreciate you. Hit that follow button, and you'll know exactly when we go live doing the in-game show. If you want more of me and Kurt and some of the other guys over on the GSU network, catch us live every Sunday night at 8:30. The Bromigos of the Streampocalypto. It's a little bit more heavy-handed on the adult themes than these two shows are. So check that out, 8 p.m. Sunday night on GSU Media. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next week.